Hare Krishna, welcome all of you. So today we'll be discussing a topic which is very much relevant today. And before that, wish you both a very happy Independence Day. And today we'll be diving into the topic Inner Independence Day. We'll try to understand that how the journey of India becoming dependent first and then eventually becoming independent, how this journey has a lot to say about our own eternal journey in this material world, and how we also as a spiritual being got trapped in this material body and we're completely dependent on so many factors in our life right now. So as we all know that British did not come to India to rule overtly. They did not say, okay, now we are coming, be aware, you will be colonized, you will be dependent on us, and then later on you have to fight. No, it did not start like this. We all know that it all started with a trade mission phase. How they said, no, no, we'll help you setting up industries, we'll help you doing some business. We're coming only for trading here. Because the British knows that India has its own glories. It is a golden goose, and if he really wants to rule the whole world, we must be able to rule India also. So India had that golden power. India had its own glory, which attracted British to come and start doing trade in India, right? Similarly, we also, as a spiritual being, has that so much of power. You're a spiritual being having like immense amount of power, immense amount of energies, immense amount of all the source of inspiration. So we are, in essence, is golden light of energies. We ourselves, we have so much of energies embedded in us by Krishna's arrangement. We being a spiritual spark. So we have that energy, and at one point of time, we misused that energy and we said we want to be independent of Krishna. And the moment we decided that I want to be independent of Krishna, that very moment, the British, and here it is Maya. Maya said, okay, now let us trade. You want to be independent of Krishna and you want to gain pleasure independent of Krishna. I will teach you how to do that. So Maya became our teacher. Maya became our, start influencing us. Like the way British entered India to teach about how to trade, how to modernize, not to colonize. Similarly, Maya also first invite living entity to come under her purview just to teach the living entity is spiritual spark how to have independent pleasure. So then when the Maya has infiltrated in our consciousness, that yes, Maya takes over the energies of spiritual being. And then the first thing what British did is, what did British did first thing when they came to India? They dismantled the foundation of India. And what was the foundation of India? The foundation of India was its Varnashrama culture, its spirituality, its Vedic culture, its Vedic knowledge. So the first thing what British did was systematically started dismantling the foundational Vedic culture of India, because they knew unless this foundation remains, we cannot rule over India. Similarly, here Maya also says, okay, if you want to have that independent pleasure, you have to forget Krishna and to forget the your connection with Krishna. And the moment we forget our connection with Krishna in the pursuit of enjoying independent pleasure, which is not dependent on Krishna, then what happens? We start getting influenced by Maya. We say, yes, let us give it up. Please teach me all these modern ways. Please teach me all these wonderful ways by which I can enjoy independent of Krishna, by which I can just be away from Krishna and become like Krishna. So this basic fallacy of soul becomes the root cause for Maya to take its advantage and start working on the negatively on the soul's consciousness basically. And then slowly, when the foundation is dismantled, which is forgetting Krishna, get losing our connection with Krishna, like the India lost its Vedic culture, India lost its Gurukul system, India lost all of its wonderful Varnashrama culture. We also have lost our foundation. And then what happened? How did British continue? Slowly, they start introducing their way of being, British way of being, and they establish it is a superior way of being. The way we dress, the way we eat, the way we walk, the way we talk, right? All these things getting the superior, start gaining the superior quality. That is how it was being trained. Slowly. Similarly, we also, and their way of being became superior, and Indian way, Vedic way of being became inferior. And slowly, because it became inferior, then what happened? We forgot our own true glories. We forgot how powerful we were. We forgot after a few generations, after 1 or 2 generations, we forgot what was our true essence, what was the true experience like to be in that India before British ruled. Similarly, we also have a true glories. We have a glory that we are part and parcel of Krishna. It is not an ordinary thing. We are a spiritual being, which is a condensed form of Sat Chit Ananda, condensed form of spirit, eternity, bliss, and knowledge. You see, so we have lost our true glories. Our true glories lies in connection with Krishna, that we are part and parcel of Krishna, and my position is to be with Krishna always. And just to give you an idea, if let's say you are a son of a president of United States of America, and you've forgotten your glories, that you're a son of you're a son of president of US, then basically you're lost and you're forgotten and you're just doing some menial jobs. Isn't it at a great downfall for a son of a president of US and just to be doing menial services and forgetting that he should be living in DC, in White House, and enjoying all the great things? Similarly, we also, as a spiritual being who is part and parcel of Krishna, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mamai Vamsha Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. You are my Amsha. Mamai Amsha Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Mana Shashtani Indrani Prakriti Sthani Karashati. That because of our own mind, because of our own senses, we're trapped, we are dependent now on these three modes of material nature. And these three modes of material nature are actually like a chain on a soul. So the soul is trapped in this body with the help of these three chains of three modes of material nature: mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. So we are all chained by these three modes of material nature, by mode of goodness, by mode of passion, and by mode of ignorance. How we are chained by mode of ignorance? Mode of ignorance is mode of ignorance is why you have to be active, why you want to do certain things, not just sleep, just hang out, just enjoy life, and just be always hurt somebody, hurt yourself, and be unclean, and basically don't have any knowledge. Life is ignorance is bliss. Just live without knowledge, just live without any aspiration, just simply live. We are chained by mode of ignorance. Although sometimes we think, oh no, I want to grow, I want to become better person. Isn't it a difficult thing for us to improve and to go ahead and to get rid of certain bad habits? So certain like intoxication, certain eating meat, or let's say not taking bath, or let's say hanging out with people who are not good for us. So what is happening? We are dependent on mode of ignorance, and we are not able to break our habits. We are not able to break our situation. We remain stagnant in mode of ignorance. In a sense, the chain of mode of ignorance in our consciousness has trapped us in not allowing us to become free, in not allowing us to become independent of these three modes of material nature. Mode of passion says, let me work hard, let me achieve this, let me achieve that. I want to achieve the whole world. I want to capture the whole world. I want to have more and more and more money. I want to have so much of property. I want to have so much of like abundance in my life, so much of things in my life, ambitiously. Sometimes we become so busy that we forget to question that why we are so busy. So again, we get trapped by mode of ignorance, mode of passion. We're dependent on mode of passion. However, the mode of passion will make us dance, will keep dancing on the tune of mode of passion and mode of ignorance. Mode of goodness is a little more peaceful, more quiet. Okay, life is stable, life is nice. So why worry? Anyways, life is going good, mind is stable, everything is going great. Again, we're chained by mode of goodness. For example, if you were to be at airport, it's so beautiful, right? You go to airport, nice lounge, air condition, central condition. You can eat whatever you want. You can hang out. You can go to recliner. It's so comfortable to be at the airport. If you get so absorbed in the comfort of the airport that you forget that you have flight after 30 minutes and you miss the flight. So what happens if you miss the flight? Then you will not be able to reach to your destination. No doubt, airport is a great place to be at. But airport is meant for you to board the flight and fly from there and transcend from there. Similarly, mode of goodness is also like that. In mode of goodness, we feel peaceful, we feel quiet, and we feel shanti, shanti, shanti. We feel peace, we feel purity. We enjoy that, right? But that mode of goodness itself is not transcendence, itself is not independency. Independency means we are able to transcend these three modes and able to reach the Vishuddha Sattva, which is like achieving Krishna's lotus feet. So we have forgotten our true identity, we have forgotten our true glory, and now we are trapped by these three modes of material nature, and we're not able to break through it. We are helpless. We're completely helpless being bound in these three modes of material nature. So now what we should do, how we should come out, what is a way of coming out, what is the way of coming out from these three modes of material nature? Srila Prabhupada says that when you start becoming Krishna conscious, it is you're raging a war against Maya. Like till certain point of time, Indians were comfortable. Yes, now the life is like this. We're supposed to be under British government. But few revolutionary came and they said, no, we can be free. We can gain our own Swaraj. We can be Swatantra. Right? So when the revolutionary like Srila Prabhupada comes and tells us, see, here you are. I'm telling you, you can be independent of Maya. You can enjoy your own true life. You can regain your own true glories. And when we, as a spiritual being, start listening to Srila Prabhupada, we start listening his lectures, we start reading his books, start following his instruction. Actually, it is revolutionary is happening in our consciousness. Revolution is happening within us. With those words of Srila Prabhupada, a great amount of revolution is going to happen within us. And when we are charged, if we are fired up, yes, we have to fight now. When we say we have to fight, then actually we have to fight against Maya. Like the Indians were fighting constantly against British government. Similarly, by trying to become more and more Krishna conscious, by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, by reading Srila Prabhupada books, by doing service to Srila Prabhupada mission, by going forward in distributing Bhagavad Gita, actually we are fighting against British government. Initially, what happened? Initially, when the Indians were resisting the laws of British, they became even more angrier and they start fighting back even with more force, put more restrictions, harassed even more to all those Indians, right? Similarly, initially, when we start creating that revolution in our consciousness by following the revolutionary spiritual master Srila Prabhupada, then Maya will attack even more further with even more force. But if we persist, if we consistently keep becoming more and more determined, then what will happen? Slowly, slowly, the British government surrendered after some time because the leaders were strong. So, if we continue following the leaders, our leaders is Srila Prabhupada. If we continue following our spiritual master Srila Prabhupada, no matter how great the force of Maya is, at one day our leader will be able to defeat the Maya in our consciousness and we will be able to regain Swaraj. What is my Swaraj? Myself, spiritual being will prevail. Spiritual desires will prevail. Spiritual essence will prevail. And the three modes of material will diminish completely to nil. The way British government influence became zero, similarly, the Maya, the three modes of material nature, influence from our consciousness will become nil and we will regain our true, original, pure Krishna consciousness. So, when India became free, what was the first thing they did? They basically wrote their own constitution after that, isn't it? We wrote our own constitution. And when we become free from Maya's influence, what do? We start following the constitution what Krishna has already given. And what is that constitution Krishna has given? Constitution of Srimad Bhagavatam, constitution of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and constitution of all the great acharyas' teachings. And that constitution is Sarv Dharman Paritajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. We become completely surrendered to Krishna. So when we are able to come out completely from the influence of three modes of material nature by creating revolution in our consciousness, by fighting against Maya for our own inner independence, then we will be able to follow our own true constitutional position. We will be able to act on our own true constitutional position. And what is that? That is to become servant of Krishna. जीवेरा स्वरूप है Krishna Nitya Das. Our real constitutional position is that we are servant of Krishna. And the real constitution is service to Krishna. When each of our activity is aligned with Krishna after becoming free in our consciousness by following Srila Prabhupada as our revolutionary leader, then we will be able to become really happy. We'll be able to really become free. So this is the idea, very important idea, that if we really wants to become free from the influence of Maya in our consciousness and truly regain my inner independence, we have to follow the revolutionary leader Srila Prabhupada, and following means following his instruction. What does he say? Chant Hare Krishna mantra, read my books, become my devotee, become devotee of Krishna, offer food to Krishna. Whatever you eat, first offer it to Krishna. Whatever you do, just do it for Krishna. Yat karoshi, yat ashnashi, yat juhoshi, tadasiyat, yat tapasvi to konteya, tat krushu madarpanam. Whatever you act, whatever you speak, whatever you eat, whatever you do, just do it for Krishna. This is what revolution means. When we are able to do this, actually we are creating revolution, because it is not an ordinary thing. Not everybody can do that. It's very difficult. But still, if we catch hold on Srila Prabhupada's instruction, if we surrender to Krishna's lotus feet, if we continue chanting Hare Krishna mantra, we will keep regaining our own true glories. And this fight worth fighting, because if some Indians would have thought, why to fight anyways, we're in that kind of a slavery and that kind of a servant mentality. Let us keep serving. It's easy. It's comforting. It's cool. Let us do that. Why to fight? Why to create a mess? If those few leaders would have thought, why to create mess? Why to create disturbance? Why not to be in comfort? Then we will not be able to breathe. Similarly, this fight is only for once. And once we fight this war against Maya, then you will see that how we are able to gain our eternal freedom. Isn't it worth fighting this fight against Maya to regain our eternal freedom? Yes, it does. See, we're able to reap the benefits. And slowly we're becoming more better, advanced, and developed in our own consciousness. So that is what we can understand from this particular occasion of independence and from this inner independence topic.